It's not like Ford didn't try its luck with the Explorer on the European market before. Already the first generation was offered on the old continent way back in 1990, but somehow the famous SUV was never able to leave a noticeable mark in this part of the world. Maybe it's because it was too big, or simply it wasn't in line with the preferences of demanding European customers. Or maybe the competition was simply better. Well, it's not all that important now, considering that the Blue Oval Company has decided to give it another try. The Explorer is once again in Europe, but this time it has nothing in common with the model's traditional design approach, especially not with the current generation that's been sold in North America. No, this is something completely different, so make sure to stay with us as we take a detailed look at Ford's latest addition to the European lineup. Before we start, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and ensure yourself direct access to fresh reviews and the most exciting news from the automotive world. New 2025 Ford Explorer. Different. So, how do you explain the new Explorer? Well, the first thing we should say is that it has nothing in common with the North American version, except for the name, of course. Ford decided to take a slightly different approach, more suitable to the European customers. Therefore, it's smaller than its American counterpart. Furthermore, it's all electric. Of course, the first thing you'll notice is that the European Explorer is not just significantly smaller, but it also features a radically different styling. Yes, it's still a crossover, but the design language is completely different. First of all, there's the new styling, with modern aesthetics that reflect the latest trends in the EV sector. Although boxy, the overall look is rather clean, with a couple of aerodynamic lines, but still the front end is what most people notice first. That closed-off grille, so typical for electric cars with the prominent Ford emblem, create a perfect synergy when combined with slim, futuristic headlights and LED lighting groups that clearly say, "I am advanced. I am all electric." Jokes aside, the same design approach continues throughout the rest of the vehicle. As mentioned, the overall design is clean. Surfaces are smooth and minimalistic details only contribute to refined aesthetics. Aerodynamic lines are all around, including the end of that fancy roof design and LED taillights that span across the width of the crossover. We could say it's a European approach to aesthetics, but Ford certainly kept a bit of SUV ruggedness just to remind us where this SUV is coming from. German roots. And when we speak about where the Explorer is coming from, the Explorer is definitely full of surprises, because unlike the previous EV, the Mustang Mach-E, the electric Explorer wasn't developed at Dearborn or any other Ford plant. No, it's the product of German engineering. Remember when Volkswagen based the new Amarok on the Ranger pickup? Well, now the favor goes in the opposite direction. The all-electric Explorer rides on Volkswagen's new EV dedicated platform and benefits from quite impressive technological achievements, which we'll talk about in a few moments. But first, let's be more precise. Ford's SUV is based on the ID.4. It uses the same tech and same mechanics, even though the exterior design may not suggest that. Even the wheelbase is pretty much the same, though Ford designers decided to shorten overhangs a bit and keep the SUV look rugged. For those interested in the exact size, here are the numbers. The Explorer features a 2,770mm or 109.1-inch wheelbase, while the total length goes up to 4,460mm or 175.6 inches. Furthermore, the new crossover is 1,870mm or 73.6 inches wide, while the max height goes up to 1,600mm, which would be 63 inches. Interior design. While the exterior hides Volkswagen's roots completely, there are a few small traits of the German design on the inside. But you have to pay special attention to notice this, because Ford engineers and designers put great effort into differentiating their model from the donor. And from what we can see, things actually look a little bit more upscale. It looks like the Explorer's interior quality is on a little bit higher level compared to the ID.4 and most other EVs in this price range. Still, in a typical modernistic manner, the cabin predominantly relies on digital controls. There are a few physical buttons remaining, but most controls have been moved to the massive 15-inch touchscreen. The overall dashboard design is modern and it looks cool. Materials are nice, as mentioned, with a big portion of the cabin being wrapped with artificial leather. Considering the overall height of the vehicle, there is plenty of headroom on the inside, even for the tallest passengers. Furthermore, the front seats are also generous with leg and shoulder room. They're also power adjustable, with a good range of motion, and as the same goes for the steering wheel, it's clear that finding a perfect driving position shouldn't take more than a couple of moments. Ergonomics are good, and we actually like that. In an attempt to differentiate from the ID4, Ford engineers didn't install the same styled instrument cluster that moves with the steering column. No, this one is fixed like it should be. With over 109 inches between the axles, it's clear that there's enough room for the rear passengers. Besides plenty of leg room, the all-electric Explorer impresses with the amount of headroom, so even 6-foot-tall passengers can enjoy a high level of comfort. And what's also important is that, since there's no gearbox tunnel, the floor is flat, so the SUV can effectively accommodate 3 adult passengers with ease. Besides plenty of passenger room, there's also plenty of convenience, as the Explorer EV is full of practical details, such as various storage cubbies, including the one underneath the central armrest with adjustable dividers, which is so big that even a laptop can fit with ease. Twin wireless charging pads are also there, while the rear passengers may also enjoy the fact that each door gets a large door bin, 2 USB charging ports, and much more. Still, due to the fact that Ford engineers decided to shorten the rear overhang, the cargo area is a little bit smaller when compared to the ID4. In numbers, that would be around 480 liters compared to Volkswagen's 543. Powertrain and Performance. Considering that Volkswagen provided the battery, electric motors, and pretty much complete technology, it doesn't surprise that performances are quite similar to the ID4. What we like a lot is that the range of options is broad. The offer starts with the version that has a 170 horsepower electric motor mounted on the rear axle. Obviously, this one won't blow your mind with performance, but should be peppy enough for the majority of buyers. That model comes with the ID4's 55 kilowatt-hour battery that provides up to 217 miles of range. For more demanding drivers, there's another single-motor version with a way more capable 285 horsepower electric motor also mounted on the rear axle. Besides more power and obviously more performance, this one also comes with a bigger 82 kilowatt-hour battery, which should provide up to 330 miles of range. Finally, there's the dual-motor version with one electric motor on each axle and, therefore, an all-wheel drive setup. Along with much better traction, this one is also the most powerful Explorer you can get with 335 horsepower. Since it uses the same 82 kilowatt-hour battery, its range is a little bit shorter but should exceed 300 miles in ideal conditions, according to WLTP. If you're interested in hearing some performance figures, the base 170 horsepower version has a top speed of 100 miles per hour or 160 kilometers per hour if you please. As for the more powerful single-motor version and dual-motor variant, both can go up to 112 miles or 180 kilometers per hour. Still, the dual-motor version is a bit quicker and needs 5.3 seconds to hit 60, while the single-motor version can reach the same speed in 6.4 seconds. Besides strong performance, Ford's second electric crossover also benefits from respectable charging speed, which goes up to 170 kilowatts. What this means in practice is that with a proper fast charger, the Explorer EV can charge from 10 to 80% in about 25 minutes, which is not bad at all. Pricing. After a couple of delays, the production of Ford's electric crossover finally started in June this year in the Cologne plant. For now, it remains focused on the European and UK markets. As for the latter, base models start at £39,875 and will be available to order later this year. The more capable single-motor version is priced at £45,875, while the dual-motor version will start slightly under £54,000. What do you think about the new 2025 Ford Explorer EV? Will this compact SUV leave a bigger mark than the Mustang Mach-E? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.